Our mission is to take Hill 493. Whoever holds the hill dominates the valley. Now, for lesser men, this task might seem insurmountable, but our division boasts a proud history of firsts. In World War I, we were first to hold off a German attack. First to launch a counteroffensive. First across the Rhine. Nothing has ever stopped us, and nothing ever will. Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great. Duty first.
I can't hear you.
No mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great. Duty first.
That's right. Now get ready to move out.
Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be reviewing the single-player campaign for Call of Duty World War II. If you're interested in multiplayer or zombies or any of the other aspects of the game such as headquarters, be sure to check out my channel for additional videos that cover those various aspects. What I want to do here is focus exclusively on the single-player campaign and assess my experience with it. So it took me about 12 hours to complete the campaign from start to finish, and that was with replaying various segments of it several times due to a variety of issues. Sometimes it was just poor gameplay on my part, I'll be the first to admit that, but there were also instances where there were confusing button prompts, or I was a little bit unsure what I was supposed to be doing in a given scenario, or the scripted event or other gameplay factors outside my control made the experience a little bit more difficult and time-consuming than I might have expected, especially given my experience with the single-player campaign for Sledgehammer's last Call of Duty game, Advanced Warfare. I will say there's nothing in the World War II campaign that's as difficult as the APC extraction mission from Advanced Warfare, but there are definitely some parts, especially with regard to the one-off gameplay sections, such as those where you're controlling vehicles or working mounted guns, that definitely flirted with frustration. The good news is that for every one of those frustrating moments, there were 2 or 3 pretty exhilarating, entertaining, and exciting moments. However, I do think that I haven't really seen anything throughout the campaign of World War II that really differentiates it from any other Call of Duty campaign that I've played, or any other action-oriented first-person shooter campaign for that matter. As usual, one of my biggest gripes with games like this is the lack of a cooperative option for the campaign, especially given the fact that the narrative essentially follows you and your squad of soldiers as you make your way through the events of World War II. So the fact that you can't actually share that experience with any of your friends is somewhat perplexing to me, and I guess always will be. Regarding the narrative, I'd say that it's serviceable, if a bit cliché and a bit predictable. I felt it did a good enough job in terms of establishing the characters and giving me enough of an investment and a reason to continue to see the story to its completion, but there was absolutely nothing about it that I felt was particularly groundbreaking or noteworthy, again, versus other first-person shooter campaigns that I've played in the past. As you might expect, this is your typical bombastic, over-the-top, completely ridiculous and stretching the realms of plausibility sort of campaign. You will very quickly lose count of the number of explosions and death-defying activities that you and your squad mates participate in on a regular basis throughout its duration. But at the end of the day, a lot of that, for lack of a better term, zaniness is all in service of creating an exciting and engaging gameplay experience. And despite its issues, I would say that that is exactly what the campaign in Call of Duty World War II provides. In the final analysis, I'd simply say to play through the campaign on easy if you're just interested in seeing all the over-the-top madness that accompanies it, and save the more challenging difficulties for any subsequent playthroughs you might feel compelled to attempt. In my mind, this single-player campaign doesn't do quite enough to justify the $60 asking price for the game on its own, but as a part of the total package, I do think it is quite worthy and worthwhile. As always, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Just doing our job.
And a fine job it was, but a warm-up, I'm afraid. Look, this is no ordinary German supply train. It's a fortress on wheels. Our liaison in the resistance, Rousseau, will provide support if possible, but attacks on their network could mean we're on our own.
The fate of Paris is in your hands.